The U.S. will send F-22 Raptor stealth fighter jets to South Korea for a joint drill, reports said Friday, in a new show of force aimed at Pyongyang. 6 fighter jets, normally based in Okinawa, Japan, will be deployed to the south for a 5-day joint military exercise, Vigilant Ace, starting December 4th, local media reported.
Get ready for another demonstration of force by the U.S. on top of the latest sanctions put on North Korea. The Pentagon is planning to deploy 6 F-22 stealth jets to South Korea next month to take part in a joint military drills. This coming just a day after North Korea sent a warning to the U.S. about its relisting of the regime as a state sponsor of terrorism. According to officials from Seoul's defense ministry, the warplanes will take part in a South Korea-U.S. Air Force exercise from December 4th through 8th. Now, they will fly to the Korean Peninsula from Kadena Air Base in Okinawa, Japan, and may also be accompanied by up to 4 F-35A stealth fighters. Now, this would mark the first time the U.S. has deployed its most sophisticated jets to South Korea in such a large numbers, in line with the Trump administration's goal of applying maximum pressure on North Korea.
A South Korean Air Force spokesman said an unspecified number of F-22s would take part in the drill. A U.S. Air Force spokesman declined to give details. Local media reported that the U.S. aircraft will engage in precision strike drills with South Korean Air Force fighter jets. The move comes as the U.S. pushes what President Donald Trump has called a maximum pressure campaign against the North's nuclear program. Earlier this month, 2 B-1B U.S. supersonic bombers overflew the Korean peninsula as part of a joint exercise with Japanese and South Korean warplanes. This was followed by a joint naval drill involving 3 U.S. aircraft carriers and 7 South Korean warships in the first such triple carrier exercise in the region for a decade. North Korea in July launched 2 intercontinental ballistic missiles apparently capable of reaching the U.S. mainland, which were described by the country's leader Kim Jong-un as a gift to American bastards. It followed up with 2 missiles that passed over Japan, and its 6th nuclear test in September, by far its most powerful yet. declared North Korea a state sponsor of terrorism, adding the country back onto a U.S. blacklist. Pyongyang was taken off nearly a decade ago.
The United States is designating North Korea as a state sponsor of terrorism. Should have happened a long time ago, should have happened years ago. In addition to threatening the world by nuclear devastation, North Korea has repeatedly supported acts of international terrorism, including assassinations on foreign soil. As we take this action today, our thoughts turn to Otto Warmbier.
The U.S. also unveiled fresh sanctions that target North Korean shipping, raising the pressure on the Pyongyang in a bid to make it abandon its nuclear program. Trump said that the terror designation and new sanctions are part of a series of moves over the next 2 weeks to reinforce his maximum pressure campaign against Kim Jong-un's regime. Pyongyang condemned the listing as a serious provocation on Wednesday, warning that sanctions would never force it to abandon its nuclear weapons program. China, the North's sole ally, also rejected as wrong new U.S. sanctions, which target Chinese companies doing business with the pariah state. Russia said Thursday that the U.S. decision to add North Korea to its terror blacklist was a PR move that could allow the situation on the peninsula to escalate into a global catastrophe. Conceived during the waning years of the Cold War, the stealthy, high-flying, supersonically cruising Raptor was designed to defeat the most fearsome weapons the Soviet Union could hurl at the United States and NATO during a Third World War in Europe. However, with the end of the Cold War and subsequent 1991 collapse of the Soviet Union, the F-22 was left without a mission, or so it was thought. Indeed, the second Bush and Obama administrations canceled the F-22 program in 2008 after only 195 aircraft, 187 production planes, were ordered because they made the assumption that high-end state-on-state conflicts were a relic of the past. However, as it is becoming increasingly apparent, they were wrong. The shape of the F-22 is a compromise. It reconciles minimizing drag for aerodynamics with minimizing radar and infrared signature for stealth. The titanium composite frame features clipped delta wings with a reverse sweep on the rear. Flight control surfaces include leading and trailing edge flaps to generate increased lift, ailerons, which make the airplane roll, and rudders on the canted vertical stabilizers. Single-piece horizontal tail fins, also called stabilators, provide pitch control and also act as speed brakes. The F-22's Tomcat and Ad, fit the F-119 PW100 after burning turbofan engines produce more thrust than any current fighter engine, about 35,000 pounds each. The two-dimensional thrust vectoring nozzles, horizontal slats above and below the exhaust outlet which rotate up or down in concert, on each give the airplane unmatched pitch capability that translates into superior maneuverability. They push the Raptor to an officially stated Mach 2 class top speed and allow supercruise at Mach 1.5 without afterburner. They also allow the F-22 to operate at very high altitude, well above the published 50,000 ceiling. The F-22's combination of stealth, integrated avionics, maneuverability, and supercruise give Raptor pilots a first look, first shot, first kill capability against the aircraft of any potential enemy. The F-22 is designed to provide not just air superiority, but air dominance, winning quickly and decisively with few U.S. casualties. The Raptor also has an inherent air-to-ground capability.